Hey there, welcome back. So in this video we are going to add UI to our game. Okay, so let me go ahead and close these tabs as these tabs are not required as of now. Okay, so I'll hit plus and now it's time to create the UI. So obviously we need to create this user interface node. Okay, and let me click and rename this. Let's say UI. Okay, now we need to have like three UIs, main UI I would say, because our game is going to be in three state. Okay, the first state is the main menu state where we will be showing a logo and a start play button. Okay, then the second state will be the in-game state, and basically in-game I don't think we need to show much apart from showing this joystick. And the third state is going to be the game over state where either the player loses or the player wins the game. Okay, so that's what we are going to do now. So the joystick is already present in other, you can see here as a separate plugin. So all we have to do is design our two uh, menu scene. One is the start menu and another is the game over menu, where we will either show the win prompt or the lose prompt. Okay, so let's plan that. So now I have added my first control node and I have named it as UI. Let's go ahead and save it. So I'm going to save this and let me create a new folder. Let's call this UI. Okay, and for the name as well, I'm going to just use UI. Hit save. So now our UI is saved. So let's go ahead and oops, sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger so that you guys can see. Okay, I feel like I have changed its position. So let me just go to the transform and set it all the way to, oops, okay, let's set it this way. Yeah. So now our UI, I have set it to take the entire space which is available. Okay, now it's time to add our first child node. So let's go ahead, create add child, and from here I'm going to again use a control node to add, and for this node I'm going to name this as main menu. So basically this is going to be the main menu, and again I am going to ask this control node to take up the full space because this is one set of UI that I'm going to create. And if I hit Control D, I have duplicated the node, and let's call this game over. Okay, so now let's go ahead and design our main menu. So our main menu is going to have only two items. One is the game logo and one is the start button. So let's go ahead and add that. So now to add the image, we need to add a node called texture rect. Okay, hit create. Now this let's rename this, let's say game logo. Okay, and for the texture, if you have downloaded the assets, you will find it inside the art UI, and there we go, the game logo. So since we are working on mobile, I cannot drag and drop, so from here I'll just click load, and I will go to the UI and load it this way. Okay, now since our viewport size is smaller than the actual image that we need to display, what we have to do is under the expand mode we have to click, let's say fit fit with proportional, let's say, and then if we just, okay, let's say, all right, so it's easier to actually go ahead in the layout, and from here let's change it. Okay, so the scaling is, let's Okay, something happened. Okay, let's just say the game logo is about 400 by 400, right? So let's keep it like 100 by 100. I would say it's fine. Okay, looks like too small. Let's say 200 by 200. Yeah, that is fine. Now for the anchor preset, let's go ahead and make it a center top. Okay, and I'll press Ctrl S to save my UI scene. Now let's add a button. So I'm gonna right click on my main menu node, and from here let's add a button. So the name of this button is going to be play game underscore button. You can write whatever you want. So let's name this as play game. Okay, I'll press Ctrl S to save. And for the position of this button, let's just position it at the bottom. And once it is positioned there, let's go ahead and try to give it some sort of margin to make it come up. So let's do that. For the position of Y, I'm going to reduce. So I'm going to hit minus, and let's say reduce 50. So it's going to be 50 pixels up from the bottom. Okay, and our main menu UI is done. So now what we basically want is just go to the game, and under the canvas layer, let's click this link icon, and from here let's just add our UI. Perfect. So our UI is added. Let's hit play and let's see our UI in action. So our UI is here and we can click on the button. Okay, now you will notice one problem. Even though our game is not started and we are in the main menu scene, still our game is playing, and that's because we have not yet configured it, right? So let's fix that issue first. Okay, so what we want is we don't want the game to start right off the bat, right? So let's go ahead and go to the scripting tab, and from here let me go to the focus mode. Okay, and we are going to define three states of our game. One is the main menu, second is the in-game, and third is the game over. Okay, so let me define an enum quickly. So let's say enum, and I'm gonna name this as game state. Okay, and for this state, the first state is main menu, so I'm using camel case. Second state is in game. Okay, and the third state is game over. Okay, so these are our game state that we have defined. Now I will go in the top. Let's go to the top. Okay, and here let's define the variable. So I'm gonna define var game current state, and it's a type of game state. Okay, so we have defined this game current state, and now we like want to set the initial state as main menu, right? Because initially that's the state that should be, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to use func ready. Okay, and I'm going to initialize my game current state is equals to game state dot main menu. So that's how we have defined our initial state. Okay, and now in the next video we will catch up again, where we will connect these states with our main menu. So see you in the next one.